Hand clap to the massive, guys. We're finally back again for another one after the weekend, guys. We are back again for another Mystelics reaction, guys. Big up all the Mystelics family for tuning in to yet another reaction video. And of course, the newcomers out there, big up yourself for tuning into this here reaction video. Of course, breaking up the massive out and large over the place, guys. You can tell I have a lot of energy right now, guys, because your boy had a nice little relaxation, especially with the family. We went out and stuff. Those of you who are on my WhatsApp and stuff, on my what do you call it, Instagram as well. This is why you guys definitely need to go follow me there as well, because not all the time that I'm posting videos on YouTube. So if you want to see the different stuff that I tend to do, especially with my friends and family, sometimes I tend to post them on WhatsApp or on the Instagram. If you don't have my WhatsApp number, you can definitely go and check me out on Mystelics _BrBpTV, CEO _BrBpTV on the Instagram page right there, guys. So definitely link up with that vibrations. Of course, all links will be in the first comment, well, in the description below. So definitely check that out. And as well, don't forget to definitely subscribe to this channel, guys. And of course, click the post notification bell by clicking the bell and then clicking all, so you can get all the notifications when I tend to drop videos right there. And then don't forget, guys, to download the Mystelics Tube app. Of course, big up all the masses who have been tuning in on this year react on the apps. And you guys have always tend to locate and be active on the vibrations, which pretty much indicates that you guys are interested in that stuff. And of course, looking at the different videos and stuff, the latest vibrations in this regard. So definitely, guys, download the Mystelics Tube app. That will be in the first comment in the comment box below. Of course, you'll get all the latest vibrations and of course more playlists to choose from on different channels. In one up, brothers and sisters, I have to tend to put more stuff on the homepage. But of course, you can definitely download the app and get the latest vibrations on the different channels and what have you guys. Anyways, guys, looking into the vibrations of today, we have this reaction that we're going to be doing a number of things I have to do. I was going to do a different reaction based on something an individual stated to me in Harris Payne Post, or if that is what they're calling that. And I'm not calling Mr. Wrong name, but his daughter tell me to go easy on him. But I will leave that for maybe tomorrow when I get a little free up, because I want to break it down. I'm going to be going a little more in depth with the research on this one, so I can break it down properly for people who need to understand how the gas system works in Dominica and what is the relation to it of Russia. And they're talking foolishness. I don't understand. Anyways, brothers and sisters, that's not what we're talking about here today. We're going to be talking about a number of things. Of course, that relating to that of the little one missing right there. But before I get into that, guys, there's a donation needed. Of course, the goal is that of 15,000. I don't know if this is EC or US, but they have a more bank in there, so hopefully it's EC dollars right there, where you guys can definitely contribute to this individual. And of course, it's for Marlon Dennis, the individual, of course, you saw in the car crash, and he needs some sort of surgery in order for him to be able to use his legs properly, the mobility of his legs. And of course, you can pretty much contribute any amount to this account right there, guys. This is the individual who was in the incident. I think the incident, if I collect, think in Fokole area, if I recollect properly, that was the area which I think this individual was involved in. Marlon, that was the name I remembered right there. So of course, guys, if you want to definitely make a contribution in that regard right there, so organize this scene one time, boom, bang. Anyways, guys, more importantly, something, well, this is also important, but more importantly, there's something going on right there, guys. Of course, they are trying to run. There's a 5K run for a cause. And of course, the stigma, the cause is the fight the stigma, minding your mind, brothers and sisters. It's a mental health kind of thing right there. And of course, they have it for July 16th. And of course, registration is going to end tomorrow, from my understanding right there. Only 22 more days. Well, this was posted on June 24th. This was sent to me. We are in July 11, guys. And of course, the deadline for this whole thing ends, the registration ends July 12th, 2022. And let's run for a cause and raise awareness to what? For mental health right there, brothers and sisters. Of course, Jolly's Pharmacy was the one organizing this stuff. And of course, it kind of reminds me of something that we all know took place, of course, especially involving a particular individual who was taken out by the very police, who was said to be termed, well, the term was used by the police, calling him a lunatic. And of course, the parents definitely had a sentiment in this regard, saying when he had his medication and stuff, he acted well. But unfortunately, the police treated him as an animal right there. And of course, I made this sentiment right there of an individual who posted this on Dominica Politics, stating I was just watching a video where Kian, the individual, the madman, was pleading. And he was pleading these very words right there. I just want to be a good person. Please be patient with me. Have mercy on me, brothers and sisters. He begged. Did anyone hear that? Yet still we have the sentiment of running for mental health. Interesting stuff, ain't it? But of course, if you want to run for that cause, you can definitely do so right there. He cried out, especially when he was crying out, saying these things on video. I saw the video myself. Or did anybody listen? Or did they just dismiss him and said it's the demon speaking? I definitely think he has some jumpy inside him too. No doubt about it. I think he has some jumpy in him too. But when the parents also indicated that when he took his medication, he was level-headed. And of course, I think that's one of the things that they should have, one of the professional individuals they should have brought in on the scene when they heard or when they found him. But instead, they decided to put live ammunitions in his leg, they say. Which is interesting because I just saw a video over the weekend in Guadeloupe where an individual was, pelleted in his leg. You saw it open, You saw this. If you saw it, brothers and sisters, I can't show it there. I have the video, I can't show it. His foot, the lower extremities where his muscles is, guys. His foot is like split. And you can see like the bone probably break because anyways, that's freaking me out. So let me leave that alone. But they tied his leg. They tied it. And he's still alive today. Whereas the Popo came in and said they shot him, they pelleted him in his leg. And apparently that wasn't the case at all. But that's what the Popo came and lied to the people about. And this is one of the reasons why we have to always be mindful. Yes, all you want to work for mental health. But what does that actually do for the people? Walk in, yes, show your support. Woohoo! Let's work for mental health. What exactly does working for mental health do? It brings awareness to the issue, yes. Bring awareness to mental health. But after you run and maybe raise some funds or whatever, will there be more counselors available for people? Because that's one of the things I noticed in Dominica. A lot of people are saying, where do I go to seek therapy? To seek some sort of therapy, some counseling help? I know the church is there, but the church is not always the best place, so to speak. They might help you spiritually, but there's the spiritual component and the physical component. And I know a number of persons all fix your spiritual life, everything up. No, brothers and sisters, you have the spiritual component, the spiritual man, and the physical man as well. And of course, both needs help right there. God can do wonders, don't get me wrong. God can do wonders, but sometimes you need professional help in this regard. It's not just saying, the church will help you and give you counsel and tell you, change your life and those kind of things there. Sometimes they're waiting for you to change life and you do change your new life and chaos happening on you right there. But on the mental health, you need professionals. So when you're doing these walks and stuff, are you guys going to be bringing in some sort of real professionals, real therapists, real individuals who can give proper counseling right there? Don't get me wrong. Don't say I say don't go to church therapy, If they have church therapy and whatnot, go there. It can actually help you from time to time. But and some of the individuals in the church are definitely trained in this regard. But I'm talking about actual professional help, brothers and sisters. Are you guys going to be bringing that in to actually help people with mental disorders, distress, and this kind of things, diagnostics, and so forth? Are you going to be doing this, or are we just going to be walking because we like to walk? We like to walk and we like to move our foot and because we have foot to walk. That. Brothers and sisters, if you're trying to walk to do something, let's try to actually make some sort of action. What do you think? Jolly's Pharmacy, are you in charge of these kind of things there? Are you guys trying to organize at least somebody, a therapist somewhere to help people? I myself don't know if they have therapists in Dominica. I know they have therapists online where you can type in, I forget this site that we can actually get therapy online. Some states don't do it, but they actually have the session online. You can pay online and have a therapist speaking to you and so forth. I forget the name. You guys probably know what website I'm talking about. It's a very famous thing. Just type in therapist, find a therapist or something online and you'll get it right there. It's not difficult to find. But will that be in Dominica? This kind of situations be in Dominica to actually help people who need help, mental health, diagnosing them and giving them the medications and so forth. Pretty much brings me to the understanding of this guy. I remember posting this in my previous reaction, or the one before it. One of them. And of course, I remember stating that very thing. This individual, when I saw the video right there, she states, I was just watching a video where Kian was pleading. Satan is a liar, devilish. Anyways, he was pleading I just want to be a good person. Please be patient with me. Have mercy on me. He was telling the individuals out there. He begged. Did anyone hear that cry? Instead, the police chose to take his life. Consider him a lunatic. And of course, you know, they just seem to have dismissed his case right there. Or they just seem to just dismiss him and said it's the demon speaking. I personally think he do have some jump inside him too. He must have definitely have some sukoya and jump inside him, no doubt about it. But based on what his parents were saying, his parents were stating that when he was in his medication, he was doing okay. So on the basis of understanding when the police fail and Jolly's pharmacy and individuals out there, will you guys be bringing some professional help to actually help individuals? Because I'm sure there's individuals out there have no idea if Dominica have any therapists or counselors or this kind of things there to actually help them in the mental conditions. And it's getting worse, brothers and sisters, it's getting worse. So who's going to help people? But then again, I think it's also a societal thing. Because we are allowing so much things. Everybody trying to mind your business and don't worry about my business and this kind of things there. And as time goes by, it gets worse and worse. And then because you're no longer minding that person's business, you don't care about what's happening to the person. That person might be suffering something and some situation might have turned them in certain ways. I was actually talking to a girl and she was talking about the experience that she had that kind of messed her up in terms of a normal understanding of certain things. It messed her up in that regard. And what counseling did you receive? Nothing like this. Guys, one thing you have to understand, the world doesn't owe us anything at all, you know. It doesn't matter who do what. I remember they were actually walking about little youth, violation of the little youths. There was a match with the little ones walking on the road and talking about the violation of the little youths. Who is there to help these ones? Who's there? When that happens, who's there to help rehabilitate them to, or just leave them there and say, okay, I'll pray for you. There's a understanding of the revelation equation and the success equation. If you have the revelation equation of just praying and you have no level of to bring that person in success, you might pray all your life, brothers and sisters, but faith without works is definitely dead. That's the success equation right there. You have the revelation equation and the success equation. Praying, yes, pray without ceasing, but faith without works is dead. Who helps these little ones? Who helps the mental attitude? Sometimes you might be normal, and in certain situations have you messed up and you change your whole thought process on things. This is why I don't believe in. But anyways, I go on a rant right there. Let me go back. Let me go back to what I was talking about. This individual right there, he went through a certain situation with some woman, apparently, based on the story I heard. He took the fall for her, came back and she was cheating on him. That messed him up, and maybe he went to dabble in some kind of things, and or maybe the woman dabbled in certain things that messed him up too, and he ended up getting deported, and he was known as a madman in Dominica. Madman. I think he had his moments of madness and he had his normalcy, but of course that is part of what mental health is. And of course, not forgetting the little one right there. I know there's a number of persons that are trying to give blows to the pastor and so forth. On what understanding we have in this regard, yes, they had a little interesting life, how they lived, and maybe the girl might have wanted out of that. That's why she kept complaining to her father. By the way, her father, this is her and her father right there. This is her and her father right there. Maybe it could have been some sort of situation that was happening, and she wanted out, but she never really said anything, that they were abusing or anything like that, So, I mean, and her father, they seem to have been close. Look at this photo right there. They're close. So if they're close in this regard, most likely she would have, and the father would most likely have seen certain things in her. It's just that she probably felt like she didn't have friends and this kind of things there. She wanted to play with and the kind of life that they live in. I heard they didn't have electricity. I heard they didn't have electricity inside the house and they use solar that mash up and all kind of craziness happening there. But, oh boy, it's just something else, man. So still remembering a little one, remembering the walk. Yes, go and walk, but do something about it, man. Anyways, guys, as Lofty stated before, a little one should never be allowed to disappear without a trace, like Kenisha did. Today marks 1 month, and some days, according to this time that we're actually doing this, factual information and answers must be forthcoming in order to bring closure to these matters right there. This bizarre case will not pass a natural passing as some people wish, and it shouldn't. We shouldn't forget this at all, because it's vital. What is happening right now It's vital, brothers and sisters. So keep that in mind right there. I saw this one as well, brothers and sisters. I saw this one. Some individuals stated, so Crazy T brought back Oprah for Vado. Vado, you happy now? The person is asking. Well, you're not easy in that Dominica there now, boy. Let's see who is going to call and welcome him back. I myself, I don't listen to trash, so I will not hear it firsthand. Well, apparently have this individual who there's some evidence out there stating that he was trying to solicit some sort of minor to have some sort of act on him, or he doing some act on her. And of course, I think the money factor actually reached up to $800 from the different text messages that I saw. And of course, he was removed from the station. Of course, Crazy T also indicated in a voice note that he cannot have this on his station. And there we see right there, brothers and sisters, who is back? Oprah is back. Well, it's still alleged on him. Let me put that out there. It's alleged on him to have been the one who wrote these messages. But apparently, he is definitely back after being, considered to be a certain individual in society. But let's go back to read what is on top right there before I give my viewpoint. As I wake up then on this episode of, what's that? Common Debt Chronicles. That's interesting. The Sunday This Word is back. And I'm sure the political directorate knew. So yes, we can talk on the book all we want, brothers and sisters. Match from Rosso. Look at that. Mental health. But then again, that's different. But they were marching the other day. Little ones were marching about the violation of the little youths. They were marching, brothers and sisters, all over Rosso. So forget them matching. Doesn't matter at all. They can match from Rosso to what? Puffy. And Jack won't happen. Nothing will happen as a result. Remember they were walking, brothers and sisters? They were walking. The little ones were walking with placards and whatever. You can have all kind of placard, but he's back coming. They are aiding and abetting these nasty men. And the only way to send a clear message is through the ballot box, apparently. And then they will take it seriously. Oh, and Kenisha is still missing. Oh yes, I brought her in, man. I had to bring her in after all. On the basis of that actually happening, brothers and sisters. So, he's back. He's back, and guys, don't get me wrong. He's an individual who tends to give a lot of comedic stuff, and they're laughing and freeing out and whatnot and so forth and so forth. But my problem here is not on the basis that he's a funny guy, which apparently people like to laugh. I make you laugh. Laughing, brothers and sisters, completely forgetting what he's alleged to have done. There was literally no court case in this regard to say, okay, he was guilty of this and not guilty. It apparently just went on the rug. Now, on the basis that this kind of situations tend to take place, who knows what sort of settlement may have been done behind closed doors, and as a result of the settlement, he was then allowed to come back in. Who knows? I don't know if there was settlement or not. I'm just saying how this thing happens. Apparently, the family must have gone quiet. You cannot tell me I is the father of a little one. And some man is asking to play lollipop with my daughter, who is underage and have no sort of consent at all. She's less than 16 years old. And you putting that same person back in without saying a word. Mother don't say a word, no father don't say a word, nothing saying, nobody saying a word. But what kind of parents you have in this day and age now, right? Unless there's some sort of settlement, they figure, why is this sense of outing him? I don't know, that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Why he's back there? That's the only thing that makes sense. They must have gotten some sort of financial settlement from whoever. It could be his associates or him, whoever it is. I mean, the man offers $800 to play lollipop with some little one. So maybe there's some sort of financial backing that the family got and realize, okay, we'll put that on the cover. But we're forgetting about the same thing that we're trying to work for. The mental health situation. It's not just about the finance that you receive. Is this little one getting some sort of something? Or the little one seemed to have a good head on her shoulder, so she didn't really bother too much about that. But what about the other people now? Then you bring back this guy on the air, people get to laugh gee. And it's alleged that he has been doing certain things. Who knows? This is what came out as evidence. But what about the other things that we don't know that's happening behind closed doors? Has this situation happened already to some other minor or something like that? He's back. Even after Crazy T say he carved these things on his station, which kind of make me wonder, if you said this for your station, who allowed you to put him back on the station? Who told you to put him back? That's an interesting question right there, guys. I think we need to understand this for what it is, man, and understand what is going on. Is this right, brothers and sisters? I know people have been saying all kind of things, and look at funny part of it, you know, guys. My friend stated this to me right there. She saw a comment where someone stated, oh, it has some of all you that behind married men and women, and because it's not in the public, all you still doing it. So basically leave Oprah alone. So we're trying to equate some people doing wrong and other people doing wrong, and we say, oh, you have more wrong than the wrong, so leave that person alone. Guys, wrong is still wrong, you know. And if you are in a position to influence others, like being on the radio station, I don't think you should be there. Now, whatever the settlement or whatever happened behind closed doors that the public doesn't know, he shouldn't be there in the first place. He shouldn't be back. You shouldn't. It's like people trying to say, oh, you go and sleep with somebody's wife. What are you making noise for? But the little one you're trying to mess with, messing up the mental, the very same thing that we're trying to talk about there. Going to work for what? What? Don't get me wrong. Go and walk, you know, guys. Don't get me wrong. It's good to bring awareness. But you walk in to bring awareness, and what changing? That is what I want to know. Or you'll be walking in vain. Absolute vain you'll be walking. So you're just going to be walking because, hey, I need a little exercise. Let me go walk with them, man. Let me, long as I come from my house, man. Let me go and take a walk, man. Yeah, but let me take a walk in that sun. Let me get some vitamin D. But what changes? I mean, you have the very individual right there who's alleged to have done certain things or wanted to do certain things who are minor, and he's back on the radio station to try to influence others. On that very same radio station, there was another individual that was talking about consent, and I think he was pretty much reiterating the sentiment that if she's underage and she loves you and thinks she shouldn't do you this thing, but she's underage. But look to that place that way. The man come on radio station, and then that is the kind of things that people are trying to bring forth. I mean, you couldn't wait for the person to get 16 for them to give consent to this kind of things or nothing. But no, you want to go on that people brain that, and even when you're 16, your brain still not developed. But the law says you get consent at 16. So you can give your consent to, if you want to, 100-year-old man, you can give your consent to. That's based on legal things. I still think that the mind is not there. I think it goes up to the age of 25 when the mind is fully understanding what is taking place, and then allow them to make certain decisions on their own. But then again, there's a whole lot of scientific backing right there that most people have no clue because they don't do no type of research. So you have a set of people that don't know no knowledge, and then and people literally clapping because they know he come back to give them jokes. He come back to make all you laugh, eh? He come to laugh, yes. But then we go and walk. Well, you can walk, man. Walk for mental health. Yes, I. Interesting right there. Anyways, guys, I saw this thing, but this is an old video right there, guys. This is an old video. Anyways, guys, moving along, I think I associated this to some other information that happened right there. So apparently over the weekend, some police officer, I think it's this guy is alleged to have been involved in trying to take out somebody, but apparently based on what they're saying right there, this is a drunk and high off his backside mother lover who shot my cousin 4 times in the back. This is what the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force has allowed to serve and protect. I saw this guy in some other scandal, in some anti-man scandal. Was he the one involved in some anti-man scandal? I don't know. But it's alleged that this was him right there. And of course, it's alleged that this guy is the one who decided to go and, shoot somebody 4 times in the back. That while intoxicated, he can then use his service instrument to pellet an innocent civilian in the back. This is not his first offense, apparently, but my ancestors will ensure it is his last. Zombie coming on you, buddy. Sukuya going to come on you right there. But anyways, guys, this is the individual. This is the video right there. It's not too crazy, so I can actually show it. So you saw this individual. The individual on the ground is apparently alleged to be this guy right there. This guy right there, and let's continue. with our stretcher. With our stretcher. With the ambulance. No stretcher. With the HIFU instrument. With the HIFU. No HIFU. Well, this thank God he can walk. So apparently this is guy over there.
Mr. Shudiman. Mr. Shudiman. Mr. Shudiman. Mr. Shudiman, boy. What do you know that boy?
Guys, incompetence breed incompetence, you know. You know that, right? Incompetence. What you doing? Normally when they checking people, they're making sure that the people that they have in that's how it should have been, eh? They check in your background to see what kind of person you are. If you are good to then come into the system to then, you know, do what's right by the people. I don't know what indicated. Apparently his shit was teared up and stuff, so maybe that's some sort of altercation. But you have no reason to use a weapon. You are off duty. You're not on duty unless you have off-duty privilege to use your weapon. But you're not on duty. What you using weapon? What? First of all, you coming in a jam or whatever that was there. It looked like it was a jam somewhere. You coming in a situation like this and you bring in your ammunition. You find that making sense? There's a possibility factor of you using it, which means you could have taken this individual's life. If that is the individual in question right there, I stated that this was the individual. Really? And people don't see nothing wrong with this kind of things there. All you don't think nothing wrong with that. Okay. Well, all I can do is talk, guys. All I can do is talk. When police doing thing and just decide they can do, one day somebody will come behind all you. You might just go behind the wrong person, and then your family might end up paying for it. You might end up paying for it. You just have to go behind the wrong person. You think you can do that in Trinidad? boy. Innocent man. What the man do? I don't know if the man had a scuffle. He should tear. I saw the front of his should tear. Who knows what happened? The front of his should tear. But what you doing if your ammunition there? What? Guys, you see what kind of craziness is going on? We have this guy as an officer who's supposed to serve and protect the individual. You have this guy. You have this guy right there. Wait. You have this guy right there who's supposed to be an influence, proper influence to the individuals out there doing things. Certain people in positions. So we have two of them right there in this video, guys. And none of all you don't asking no questions saying, but what going on in Dominica, boy? What going on in this CTTT? Man want to just pellet man because they feel like they have the ability to. I don't know what happened. But your thing not supposed to be there. If you're not on duty, you're not supposed to have it. This is why people need to sue. This is one of the reasons why I brought this video up. I have this video for this, you know, but this is an old video. It's an old video because I saw a friend of mine inside there. But even when police seeing people doing things and they don't step in to stop them, it's chaos that's going to happen, you know, guys. Utter chaos. And when these kind of things happen, what do you expect people to do? Say, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for doing this to the people that you're supposed to protect. Human beings are really in need of a shepherd, boy. And when man they want to go to shepherd, they think there's wolf. They don't realize there's sheep as well going into the wilderness all by themselves. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in this regard, man. Let me know your thoughts on the different things that I talk about here today. Do you think he's right? If you know more information on this, from the information I got, it doesn't seem like he was right. And what are your thoughts on this guy being back right there, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. Definitely subscribe and turn on post notification. Don't forget to download the Mystelics Tube app. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom, bam.